Good morning. How's it going? How you doing? Yesterday was an interesting event. Windy. Sugar started barking, so I looked outside. I couldn't see anything on the camera, so I looked outside and she's barking. I'm like, what? So then I heard the noise and looked at the road, and there was loads and loads and loads of cows going by. So I looked at her again, and she's barking, but she's really frightened. So there's like a big group of cows went right past the front gate. So you know you live in the countryside when 350 some cows go by. So if I understood right, the first group was like 140 or 160, and the second group was just over 200. So I don't know, maybe closer to 400. Not important, but a lot. So there's two groups, and I just caught half of the first group, the second half, and then I looked down the road and seen a guy shouting. I thought he's got some more's got to be coming, and then he said in that group was over 200. So I watched some of it. But here, have a look at this little bit of video clip. Really interesting. So you know you're in the Thai countryside when nearly 400 cows walk past your front gate, right? Funny. So cool to see that. But they ran in the rice field, went all over, but you know, they had a little bit of stress, I guess, moving like that down the road. But fun to see. Anyway, I'm over here at the waterfall, and my plan is to put some of the water sealer in that top tray. Let me show you. So on top of the ladder, under the sheet, right? But you can feel the heat trapped under here. I just propped it up so I could work, and this is what I want to do. So here's the top tray. This is where the water is going to come in, which and then we'll go over top of the front here, which is the main waterfall. So it's a bit windy, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this easy, but I'm going to try. I figure a little bit of breeze will help it dry faster, and I won't have to breathe the fumes in. And it's not, with the breeze, it's not so hot. So I thought I'm going to have a go. Probably going to be stressful because of the wind blowing my prop stick down, but not so hot, so I don't have to sweat so much. But anyway, I'm going to get a little broom and clean all this mess out. Then I'll show you the stuff I'm using. It's a little bit breezy, so the wind might disturb the mic. I don't know. If it does, I apologize. But it's a really beautiful day. There's a breeze and hardly any humidity. So the breeze might disturb me, knocking my, you know, I got the sheet propped up so I can stand in the shade. But the wind's moving it around, so it might fall down and disturb me. But I think, what do you want to do? Be disturbed by the wind or sweat? So I think disturbed by the wind wins. So if I can do the job without sweating, like normal, I'll be very happy. Here's the stuff I'm going to be using. Here's my tools. I got clean the surface off, get all the leaves off. Just a rag, an empty paint pot, which I can, and a paintbrush, and this is the stuff I'm going to use. I went And I went to look at all the different ones, and there's many. And this is the one I picked. This is the most expensive one, and I'll tell you why I picked it. The reason I picked it was there was a swimming pool liner that you could paint on that was the perfect color, but they don't carry that. They have a board to explain all the different types of materials they have in that brand, and there are two that I liked, two with the right color for stone, where they didn't carry either one of them. So I thought, well, can't have it then if you don't carry it. So I kept looking around, and there's many different types, and you can have the matte color one isn't very good. The semi-gloss one is better and costs more, and the gloss one, this one's high gloss, and it was the most expensive. So what I was told is this is the one that seals the best. So, lovely, but I don't need gloss, but it should be okay. You know, I don't know what gloss is, so we'll see what it looks like when it's dry. You know, I used stuff like this once before in England because I had a 100-year-old plus house, and the glaze off the front of the brick, I think this wind's going to be way too strong. Let me move into the shade. Warmer here, but no breeze. So I used the same stuff in England once. I had a 100-plus-year-old house, and the glaze of the brick was gone, so the rain would hit it in the winter, and then it would freeze, and little parts of the front of the brick would fall off. So instead of having it spoil the house, I covered the whole house in this stuff. I don't remember it being high gloss, but whatever it was, you know, you wipe it with a brush to get all the free loose stuff off it, and then you paint it, and then that forms a barrier, so when the rain hits it, it just falls to the floor and doesn't get soaked in and then freeze and chip off, etc., etc. Well, it doesn't freeze here, so, but I figure I'm going to buy it. It's like 750 baht per gallon, so I bought 2 gallons, and that's about $30, I think. Yeah, about 30 or $40. I can't remember the exchange rate. In pounds, I think 30 pounds. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll clean the gutter part out, and then I'm going to paint it on. And once that's sealed, then I can change the tarps for this. Put the smaller one on, the newer one, without the big tear. And but the back panel, that piece I'm going to cover, will be exposed to the rain. So if the rain sits in there, it's not going to spoil the cement. So I'm going to go over it and get started, and I'll come back and show you what I've done. Back again. Well, I got it done. It only took about 40 minutes. It was a little bit difficult. I'm balancing on the top of the ladder, so I got my knees pressed into the ladder to balance, and I'm holding a pole to keep the tarp off my head, and I'm using my right hand to paint. So the breeze was good, so balance between breeze or no breeze. Breeze, because that stuff stinks so bad. It kind of gets in the back of your sinuses and your throat. It's like, you know, it's not good for you because of the smell. It's like, whoo, and it just like grabs your throat. But I'm in the open air and there's a breeze going by, so balancing with a pole on my legs and trying to paint all at the same time. But I got it on, and it says it takes 3 hours ish to dry, and then 3 hours before the second coat. So I think I'm going to I'll give it a second coat later. So this is the tray. It's all different colors because of the way the cement's dry, different levels of cement, whatever, I don't know. Same brand, same mixture, same everything, but just come out different colors. But now it's coated in that stuff. So it takes about 3 hours to dry. So I'm not doing any more today. I'm just going to leave it alone. But then the next thing is I can change this tarp where that big tear is down the bottom. But I think I'm happy with that. Because remember, the water, a little bit of water is going to sit in here, that on that lip. So this pipe here, this 2-inch pipe, will extend and come over the top here and go inside at the back here and sit at the back and point forward and up and go forward. For those who haven't seen, you can see where it's split. It just got, the sun just beat it too much, and it just tore a big hole in it. It's all ripped up. So I have a new one. This is 6x6, and my new one is 6x5 or 6x4. I can't remember. I think 6x5. The new one's 6x5. So I'm gonna lose a meter at the back, and I'll pull it forward a little bit more so I can cover, so I can get on with those bricks over there. Finish the blocks and bricks in the front as my next project. So that's it for today, guys. I'll put all my tools away now. Well, ladder in a rag. I've already cleaned the brush, and see what that looks like tomorrow. But I think now that that's covered, I'm happy. And actually I should do the other pools too, because if it rains and the water sits in the pools, then that's the whole point. So I think I'll do that next. I'll clean the area by the lady and this other area and the little pools, and I'll just do the bases of all of those 2, 3, and then let that go off, and then I'll change the tarp, and then I can get one with the wall. So that's it for today, guys. I want to say thanks so much for all the Patreon and PayPal people. Some new people come on Patreon, and again, thanks for what you sent for Jan. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing and your comments and being here. See you later. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best.